Hey there, have you ever wondered what would happen if you just stopped sleeping? Well, in 1963, a man named Randy Gardner decided to find out. He stayed awake for 11 days and 24 minutes, breaking the world record at the time for the longest anyone had ever stayed awake. And guess what happened? By day 11, Randy was having emotional breakdowns, with episodes of furious rage. He couldn't recognize people's faces and experienced intense hallucinations. At one point, he even believed he was a famous football player. He seemed to have no long-term effects, but ironically, decades later, he began to suffer from debilitating insomnia. Randy's record was eventually surpassed by a man named Robert McDonald, who stayed awake for an eye-watering 18 days and 21 hours, but the monitoring of sleep deprivation records were then discontinued due to the extreme effects it can have on the brain and body. But what if you never slept again? Like, ever? This might sound like something from a horror movie, but for some people, it's reality. It's called fatal familial insomnia, an ultra-rare inherited disease which gradually prevents your brain from allowing you to sleep, trapping these people in a permanent nightmarish state of wakefulness. It's caused by a genetic mutation, which leads to proteins called prions to accumulate in the brain. This slowly damages brain cells and deteriorates important sleep-regulating brain areas such as the thalamus. To understand how terrifying this is, let's walk through what happens day by day when you stop sleeping. After only 24 hours of no sleep, your blood pressure can already increase by up to 30%, and your reaction time drops enough that you're officially operating like someone with a blood alcohol level of 0.1%, which is over the legal driving limit. After 48 hours, you're in the land of microsleeps, where your brain shuts down for 1 to 30 seconds at random. In the case of fatal insomnia, this might not even be possible once the brain's ability to sleep is completely removed. At this stage, dopamine will try to compensate in the brain and keep you alert, so you feel oddly wired, but then you crash again. Concentration would be near zero, and you might begin to hear voices or see things which aren't there. That's the thalamus and visual cortex glitching out. You're now 3 times more likely to get into a car crash than someone who is well rested. And for people with fatal insomnia, this is only the beginning. After 3 days, it starts to get spooky. The hippocampus, also known as the memory center of the brain, is barely working at this point. Good luck remembering anything. Hallucinations get stronger, and you might see patterns, shapes, or people who aren't there. This is exactly what happened to famous magician David Blaine during his sleep deprivation stunt. He described it as his brain was trying to convince him to sleep by showing him his greatest fears. The immune system also begins to weaken around this point. Natural killer cells, which are your body's defense squad, may drop by up to 70%. You're basically running on caffeine and willpower. After 6 to 7 days of no sleep, neurons in the brain start to damage each other. The brain's wiring is getting fried. Cognitive function would be almost non-existent. You can't form new memories and your decision-making skills are gone. The heart is working overtime, pushing your blood pressure higher and higher, and your risk of a heart attack skyrockets. After 12 days, your brain is now in full crisis mode. Cerebral edema sets in. This is your brain literally swelling due to the stress and lack of rest. You're on the verge of having a stroke or heart attack at any moment, and your body would be too exhausted to repair itself. And eventually, with fatal insomnia, sleep deprivation doesn't just make you tired, it kills you. As the brain and organs deteriorate, the damage becomes irreversible. The person eventually succumbs to multi-organ failure and coma, often dying within months to years of the onset of the disease. We're only just beginning to understand how powerful sleep really is. It isn't just a break from reality, it's maintenance. It clears waste from your brain, it restores hormones, it keeps your immune system strong, it locks in memories and learning, it literally keeps you sane. Some neurons even shrink during deep sleep to allow fluid to flush out accumulated waste, like a rinse cycle for the brain. Without sleep, every aspect of your biology starts to fall apart. If you would like to see more videos like this, then please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.